So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Wednesday morning. Normally Worship Wednesday, but it is Christmas. And so we have Christmas music all around regular programming. I just love it. And I know Happy Birthday Jesus is my favorite song, and it did not come on this morning, but Jingle Bells did. And so I was just having a good old time in here. I have been wrapping presents. And it's not for what you think. Nope, it is not for what you think. I'm helping my daughter with a project that had to be changed up. And so we're in crunch time trying to get like 150 boxes wrapped that have to then be flowered and then have to be names on it. Is crazy. And then she's got like 2 other events today. So that's my therapy. I love playing with all things pretty and stuff. So we went there yesterday and got our first chunk done that had to be sent to the vinyl girl. So praise the Lord for that. And then I'm going to run up there this morning before my normal crazy Wednesday starts. But I do love busy. I love this time of year. I do not like the wind. Just so you know, I'm having a little bit of a wind problem. And Yvonne had a wind problem yesterday. I walk in, her Christmas tree's down. Everything's crazy. At the house, the reef, yeah, nope. And I have to water my reef today. I didn't do that when I bought it, and I guess that's a thing, and I didn't know it's a thing. So do I water it in the bathtub, or do I just put it in the lawn? I think I'm not going to put it in the bathtub. That would get needles everywhere because it's got a problem. So normally I get a reef, and it lasts gorgeous all season long. I don't know. I guess because maybe I got the good reef and I thought I got the good reef and I spent more money than I normally do on it. I know, $20, but that is a lot for me for a reef. But it's gorgeous and it's big, but it's like shedding everywhere. So today I'm going to water the reef. My husband said you have to soak it and let it dry. So I'm going to soak the reef today at the station. I had to take down the little swaggy thing that we have because the wind kept on knocking it everywhere. The poor poinsettias. Oh my, I had the most beautiful poinsettias at the house. And now they look like they've been at a party. They are all over the cagey thing that it came in. So pray for me as I try to figure out the wind problem and how to fix everything. I know even the little Debbies were flying through the air yesterday. I know, it's very serious around here, but I love the holidays. I love the hustle, the bustle. I love wearing all the shirts every day. I love the candy canes. I know this is the month that I'll probably eat more candy canes than the rest of the year. I've got to find my little saying about the J, what the candy cane stands for. There's a little Christian thing, and I thought I had it on my desk, and I cannot find it. So I got to find that. And yesterday was Giving Tuesday. Thank you for everybody that did over and above gifts to WAPN. I really appreciate it. That was so kind of you. And more toys came yesterday. And then the big truck guy came with all the toys yesterday. So there's more toys under the tree for our big toy drive on December 23rd at Calvary Christian Center. It's going to be the normal food drop. And at the end of the food drop, toys, 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 toys. So we are in need of brand new unwrapped toys. So if you've got brand new unwrapped toys, or you could go get brand new unwrapped toys and bring them to WAPN. If I'm not here, there is a green crate outside, or you can put them on the white bench. It will trigger the camera, and I will come right down here. 1508 State Avenue in Holly Hill, and we do need toys. So that's a big thing going on right now. It's gathering toys for that. And I appreciate everybody that's dropping by toys. I've got a thing of wet ones to bring when I go to Junior League this month. So thank you for people that I know. I appreciate the diapers too. When I say I appreciate the wet ones and I don't say diapers, I don't mean that. I appreciate both. But I just feel lately that I've been on this wet diaper bank thing. So whatever. So wet ones. Yes. And so I even tried. I got one and I tried to scan it and see if I could get like a case delivered. Nope. You can only do the drive up and get that. I rather go in the store. I know. I do like going in the stores. I do like the traffic right now. I have not started making cookies yet. What is your favorite cookie? I have so many favorites. I love the Kiss cookie. That's like the all-time, generic favorite that you gotta love. I love peanut butter fudge. If you know, you know me. I love the white little cookies with the powder all over them with the little pecans in them, or pecans, however you want to say it. Those are probably my top 3 things that I really like. And so today up on my feed popped up a picture of when we have cookie night, when we do all the baking of the cookies. And so I was like, oh my goodness, it is this time of year. I'm just loving it. Yesterday was a little cold and I had a sweatshirt on and my jeans. And I just feel Jesus is the reason for the season. I just feel that this is such a special holiday and this is such a special time. And we have so much to be thankful for. I have an attitude of gratitude, lots of changes this last year and lots of ups and downs. But, we made it. We made it. No matter what went on this year, we made it. And God held us up and he cheered us on and he provided and everything. I think back of last year and going into this year and what I thought and where I'm at. And I look and say, but God, but God, but God. Even things that I never thought I would get rid of my black SUV. I've had that SUV since brand new and I never ever thought. But God provided me with a different SUV, and I struggled. I'm not going to tell you I didn't struggle. I had a really hard time, and several of my friends were like, Shelly, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and it is a blessing. But, sometimes you will miss your blessing because of I don't know what you want to call it, but I guess I was doing that. And so that was a learning experience for me, and I'm thankful. I wasn't really thankful at the time, but I'm thankful. And I see how God does things. And he wants to grow us, and he wants to encourage us, and he wants to strengthen us. And sometimes it's not fun. It's uncomfortable. We're in the muck. We're going, what the heck? But, I do know that through all things, there's a plan and a purpose, and it's part of your testimony. And so I look back at 2025, and we celebrated 40 years here at WAPN, and that was so special to me. And we were able to just continue to be in our community. I love our community. I love being part of this community. Love working with 501c3s. I love the churches of the area. Yesterday, I was listening to Prayer Line, and he calls it Praise and Prayer Line. And I thought, I might change the name of Prayer Line to Praise and Prayer Line. When he was talking about that, yes, we need prayer, and I'm a firm believer in prayer. That's the beginning of WAPN, and here 40 years later, we still are a praying station. But I'm thinking, I want to change it to Praise and Prayer Line because we are a praising station also. God is so darn good. No matter what you're going through, when it doesn't seem possible, he shows up, shows out, and does it. Yesterday afternoon, just going to my daughter's office, we did not see it possible. I've been able to get 37 small and 37 big boxes wrapped, plus do all things that had to be done. But God, he gave us an idea. A fresh idea. I thought we were doing it one way, and then God gave my daughter an idea, and we started it doing that way. And when I walked out the door, I had the 37 that needed to be completed done. But God, he does that on everything. If it's something I desire or something I need or something WAPN needs or something personally, he shows up and shows out constantly. We forget that every single day is an opportunity for God to show up and show out in our life. But we've got to include him. We've got to invite him in. We got to be part of it. I start every day with prayer. Now it's in the middle of the night sometimes. Sometimes it's for a couple minutes. Sometimes it's hours. Last night it was just for a few minutes. But I was praying for different people in our lives. Dave, thank you for everybody that's been praying for Dave. He is doing better. He's out of ICU, and they are transferring him to DeBerry to a rehab center to help with his body and figure out how to, his right side is not working. So they're figuring that all out on how to train him and teach him and all that. So thank you, everybody that's praying for Dave. Thank you, everybody that's been praying for Kenny. Kenny is going to come to work tomorrow for us, and I'm praying that it be a good day and that things have changed and we're drawing a line in the sand, and God is just going to do it. But, I appreciate all the people that pray, but we also need to praise. We need to shout out and give God the honor and the glory and the praise when things are happening. And things are happening. And so, like I said, I start every day with prayer. And then I also do a grateful heart thing every single day because I am grateful. Even if it's the same things you're grateful for every day, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for great health. I am wonderful health from the top of my head to my soles of my feet and everything in between. Great health. I'm thankful for a car, an SUV to get me here and there and everywhere I go and all the things that I need to carry. And it's full of stuff right now. And I'm praising the Lord that I had room to put it all in there. I'm thankful for a job that I love. I'm thankful that I get to come here and do radio every day, be part of this community, have great friends through WAPN and great relationships and seasons where some come in and some go out. And sometimes I don't understand why, but I know that God's got it. And he's got it, and he's taking care of me. He's taking care of my family. He's taking care of my finances. He's taking care of WAPN. He's taking care of the grandkids. He's taking care of it. So I know that. And so that's how I start. And then, when I wake up, I always ask God, okay, what are we doing today? And I actually literally say that every day. Okay, what are we doing today? And I get excited. I don't even know what's going to happen today, but I know that this day the Lord has made, and it's going to be amazing. And so I just get excited. I make my bed. I do my few things that I need to do in the morning. Tim walks me to the car, and my day starts. Never, ever knowing exactly what's going to happen. But I do know that I'm set up for success. I'm set up for the favor of God all around everything. I'm set up to do his work, And so when I'm driving on in here every morning, I'm praying for people that I see out on the roads, or I'm praying for this house or that house, or I'm praying for our police officers. I'm praying for our first responders. And I'm just excited that I get to be on the roadways early in the morning praying for people, setting up the reality of the day. That doesn't mean that everything's going to go kumbaya perfect. What it means is the covering is already over Holly Hill. The covering is already over WAPN. So whatever happens today, it's of God, and it's a plan. And so I was just praising the Lord and coming on in here. And, the beautiful, like I said, Christmas music was playing. And there was a pile of candy canes. And I was eating the candy cane. And I was just giggling. And I almost had a little Debbie this morning. I said, I just have one this morning. But I knew if I had one at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'd be having them all day long. But I was giggling. I said, thank you for provision, that I have little Debbies that I can share. Yesterday, we had a delivery driver come by here. I just love our delivery drivers. I appreciate them so much. And so he was offloading everything. I said, come in and get your snack. He said, are you serious? And I said, you can have whatever you'd like. He was so excited. He hadn't had anything to eat all day. He'd just been going, delivery. And he was able to get Gatorades and something healthy. And, of course, little Debbie's. And he left here just a smiling and a hop and a step. And I said, thank you, Lord, for provision, and that we could supply that. It's as little as a thing as a hot cup of coffee, a Gatorade, whatever it is. God sets you up today to be something for somebody else. He sets you up today to be a provider, an encourager, a cheerleader, a prayer warrior, a praise partner. Whatever it is, he's got you today, and he's got a perfect plan for you. So let's get this Wednesday going. When his praises go up, the blessings come down. I love it. It is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. The weather is only 71 today with low 59. Madison, 60 with a low 45. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. It's our mayor, John Penny's birthday, so happy birthday to our mayor. It's Rudy's, it's Edward, and everybody else celebrating a birthday, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating. Happy. Today makes me giggle because we were just talking about the guys that bring all the packages. It's National Protect Your Package Day. I know that's a big thing where people, these porch pirates and all that, but I pray over my packages. I pray over WAPN. I pray over my property. And so that nobody grab any packages, that everything come to who it needs to come to. The events of the week, we got a lot of events going on. Friday night, they're going to light up the Christmas tree here in Holly Hill, so all the cool Christmas lights in the city will be turned on, so that's always exciting. Saturday is the Christmas parade here in Holly Hill at 10 o'clock. It is starting different. It's starting like on 2nd Street and coming up north on US 1. So it's a little bit different this year. So traffic is going to be a little bit crazy, but that is Saturday at 10. And then, of course, Sunday night, we have this one family celebration dinner. There was tickets available last time I checked, but for more information, go to onefamilyfl.com for more information about that. So there's lots going on. Get your calendar out. Start figuring it all out. Remember, it is the end of the year. If you'd like to do an over and above donation to WAPN, we'd really appreciate it. You can drop it by at 1508 State Avenue right here in Holly Hill. You can go to our website, WAPN.net. Click right there and donate right there. Again, thank you, everybody that donated yesterday on Give Tuesday. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that helps us be part of the community, because when you donate to WAPN, a percentage of it goes back into the community for all the wonderful things that we get to participate in. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have a wonderful, great day. I am praying